Ginger beer recipe. I will give you my best recipe on how to make ginger beer, which is actually pretty simple. The ingredients: 1.8 ounces of ginger, fresh ginger, and a little extra for your ginger starter. 3.5 ounces of sugar, plus a little extra for your ginger starter. 2 liters of water. Now let's look at ginger beer in 9 steps. 1. Start by finding a small container and a 2-liter container for your fermenting. 2. Make the ginger starter. Wash your fresh ginger and peel a bit into a small container. Add a little bit of water and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Close the container and store it at room temperature for around 2 to 3 days. 3. Each day add a teaspoon of sugar and a bit of water until the liquid starts to bubble. When it begins to bubble, it's time to make the ginger decoction. 4. Ginger decoction. Start by pouring 1 liter of water in a big pot and add 1.8 ounces of fresh ginger with peel and bring to boil at a high temperature. Put on the lid, turn down the temperature, and let it simmer for around 20 minutes. 5. Take the pot off the heat and pour the hot decoction through a fine mass strainer into a big bowl. Discard the ginger leftovers from the strainer. 6. Immediately add 3.5 ounces of sugar while the decoction is still hot and stir until it's all dissolved. Now add another liter of cool water, which will cool down the decoction. 7. When the decoction has reached room temperature, pour it into a big container and add the ginger starter, covering the opening of the container with a cheesecloth or a coffee filter and fasten it with a rubber band or a cord. 8. Let the ginger beer ferment in 1 to 3 days, ideally around 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, that's 64 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, without sunlight. The higher the temperature, the faster it will ferment, and vice versa. 9. Bottling. After 1 to 3 days, it will start to bubble. When you see the first bubble on the surface of the container, use a funnel to pour your ginger beer in bottles. Make sure to pour a bit of the ginger beer in a plastic bottle to keep an eye on and feel the pressure that is built up inside the bottles. 10. Leave the bottles to carbonate around room temperature for 1 to 2 days. Afterward, put them in the refrigerator. Be aware that the ginger beer can be overcarbonated. This means that you have to put all the bottles in the refrigerator before the plastic bottle begins to swell up. Your ginger beer continues to form carbonic acid in the fridge, so it's best if you drink it within 2 to 3 weeks after it's bottled. You can also add spices such as lemon juice or other. If you want to keep your ginger starter fresh for the next batch, you can just pour a bit of the original ginger starter and add some more water and sugar. This is just one way to do it, and I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to Homebrew Advice on YouTube for more informational videos in the future.